Right. I think we'll soon. We're in it. So wait a few minutes to allow people to get in, and I will take the time to check a few things. Okay, so maybe we can start by getting a quick pick of everything that happened in the last few days. Because basically, the last schedule was we did some work on the last live, which was last Saturday, so a week ago. And after that, all the videos of the week were pretty much taken out of this slide to show what did we do. Well, I gotta see what we did because it goes very far back in my head. Let's see. Yeah, we made the list and experience and levels. Right, I remember now. So yeah, quite a lot has happened. Um, Let me just grab something first. Hearing in the background. I will get this for the charts. Hmm. Give me the chat. It was so weird. Why can't I get the chat? Like, seriously? Maybe if I switched it up. Yes. All right, now I get it. And you will go there. We don't need. Yep. There we go. So, um, yeah, maybe not, because right now I have the warning. I don't know how the quality is at the end, but yeah, anyway. So, yeah, what was I saying? Quite a lot has happened because basically we stopped there. I added this little thing during the last video, and since then we have all these commits basically. So I'm gonna push those so they appear on the repository. So let's see, merge, do all that kind of little fancy things, and there we go. So all the new things are pushed. So of course it's made this derp a little bit. All right. So what do we have really? Maybe we can just go through the list. So again, I added a level formula so that from now on, basically we have an automatic conversion of experience to levels with formula, so we don't have to calculate it manually. We have a max level of 100. What did I do? I added automatic attack calculation and I added a starter. So at the moment, the starter is going to be Bulbasaur. No choice really. It's just like you start the game with Bulbasaur and that's it. a little commit here just to change the size of the Pokeball sprite when we capture something. Um, yeah, that was just for fancy things. I changed the encounters on the first routes because, well, we had the Bulbasaur and Charmeleons and Charmanders, which were pretty weird. So now we have more realistic Pokemons. I did add a capture rate, which is on the database. I made the route 2 and 3 rebalanced. Then I actually created a feature that is going to be well, it will have more impact later on. But basically, it's the ability to manage your team, right? So even though you capture all the Pokemons you encounter and stuff, the idea is that unlike the first Pokéclicker, in this one you will choose a team of Pokemon that you will have, and that will change how damages are applied. Then I added the types. So all Pokemons have types. Then yeah, I just added the base level to the starter because it starts level 5 now. It's a little bit better. Just slightly quicker start. And then that's the last thing I was working on, which is generate attacks based on the current team. So let's go on the game to see how it looks like. Also, since I did all those things on the, well, out of videos basically, um, if you want me to go and check what happened and how I did one feature, drop this in the chat and we will take a few minutes to go back on this. So what do we have? If I start the game, I think there was no problem last time. So yeah, at the moment we have an attack, which is doing nothing because I didn't finish the attack, the code for the attacks. So at the moment, all we can do basically is capture the PG, the Rattata, and the Oddish from the first route. So where's the Oddish? Oh, there he is, but it's gone. And once we have the first Pokemon, we can move to the second one. I didn't make a system to lock and unlock routes as you go. That's something we can do for sure, for sure. All right. So here is how the team thing works. You basically have the team at the top, and you can click the Pokemons you want in the team. So you have 4 slots, and you can click on the Pokemons you want in, and then you can remove whoever you want from the team, except that you can never have more than 4 Pokemons, and you must have at least one, right? So at the moment, as you can see, when you get more Pokemons in the team, that generates more attacks, right? So at the moment, attacks do nothing, but ultimately, they will take on the uh, the role of doing damages. Okay. So right now, the things we can do, basically, yeah, we can keep working on those attacks, or we can work on locking and unlocking the routes. I did something quite similar in the Stardust Project series. We had something there which was really close to, because we did unlock and lock upgrade. Right there, it's going to be quite the same thing, really. Yeah, so on the route 2, we have 4 new Pokemons that we can capture, but we are actually limited now by the amount of Pokemon in the team. It's actually very important who's in the team because everyone who's not in the team, so right now it's Spiro and Nidoran, they don't get full experience from defeating Pokemon, right? So if you actually check the levels here, well, those started way earlier, but maybe we can go on the routes 3, grab those Caterpie and Whittle, and have them get in the team, and you will see that they level up way faster than those we got earlier. So that's pretty much the state of the game right now. Yeah, so as I said, we could work on the attacks or we could work on the router. I think I will start with the attacks because it's definitely more interesting. So let's go basically, what is the current state of attacks? So attacks are being generated based on what are the attacks known by Pokemon. So let me show you the Pokemon database right there. So this model has evolved a little bit. Yeah, we now have the types right there. And we have the list of attacks of the Pokemon. There we have the base attack at level 100. And then we have the capture rate, right? So capturing a Bulbasaur is 10%. So the attack here is 002. So obviously there is a database attack. And here we only have two at the moment, which are Vine Whip and Tackle. So I tried something for the database attacks. Instead of creating a node like this, like I did for the routes and Pokemons, I just created a script right there with a static dictionary in it. And it actually works fine because we don't need signals. We don't need anything node related. So actually making those in nodes wasn't necessary, right? It's not a huge problem, but it's not necessary, I think. I will see how this evolves in the future, if this is truly a better way, more optimized way. Yeah, that we will see. So we have the manager, damage manager, which is brand new as well. So right there, basically we calculate the attack of each Pokemon. We use signals for that. Basically, we watch when a Pokemon levels up and when we capture a new Pokemon, and when one of those two events happen, we basically recalculate the damages. So we have a method to calculate the damage of the Pokemon, and then we have a method that adds everything together. Right. So at the moment, I didn't change anything based on the team, but the idea is that I do want the damages to be calculated with the team, right? So that the Pokemon in the team contributes at full rate to the damages, and every Pokemon which is not chosen in the team are considered support Pokemon, and they grant only a percentage of their damages to the attack. So maybe we can start. Well, there's a lot of work I want to do there, but I'm still a little bit, I don't want to say confused, but it's not super clear how I'm going to go there. There's also a little bit of work I want to do in my combat state of the main view, because I actually want the game, well, we can see here. I actually want the game to consider the attacks which appear here, and that it chooses randomly one of the attacks every time the attack timer is running out. But that could be a thing I start with as well. So let's see. Maybe I will do this actually. So the combat timer is 1 second. Maybe I want it a little bit longer to give more time to choose the attack. Maybe I will have it at 1.5. Okay. So how the attacks work at the moment, because that's important to know. I have a move manager right there. And I have three signals basically. I have the moves updated. So this happens, well, I can actually make the documentation. So triggered when the moves were updated. And this is basically emitted when the team is updated right there. So when the team is updated, we regenerate the moves, right? And there we actually make a list of all the moves known by the Pokemons in the team. The names of the methods were very confusing right there. So I will make sure to add a little bit of documentation. Regenerate the list of moves. I will recite the full list of moves from the entire team. And right there, I will have this one, which is return a list of random moves taken from the full list of the team moves. Not super, yeah, it's not super brilliant English, but we understand what's going on. So what's happening is that there's this signal here, which is move used. And move used is basically triggered by the player clicking on the move in the middle right there. And we want to do things based on this signal being emitted. So that's where combat thing is going to happen. So I will need to create a new method, which is basically reacting to on move used. And I do need the key of the move so that I know which move is being used. So let's see. I'm going to I'm going to create a new one. Apply damages from move. And there we will have the key of the move. And that's going to be what is called here. And we want to share the key, of course. So it will be pretty much similar than this, but let's go check the moves. Moves have a type right there, and they have a coefficient right there. So the coefficient basically multiplies the attack to increase the damages based on, well, the new attack. So yeah, that's to be considered in this method here. So we have the damage, which is the reference attack. Okay. And we will have a new variable, which is going to be an int. And that's going to be move damage. That's going to be an int. And basically, we will have manager damage dot attack, and we will multiply it with the database attacks. So it's kind of bad because I should have named this database moves. Maybe I will rename this someday. We'll grab the key. We want this to be a DB attack. That's just a direct message. Not important. So we have the DB attack here. And we want to multiply with the coef. So there's a narrowing happening. Yep, it's actually intentional, but let's decide that we do want this narrowing like this. All right. So now that we have the move damages, we can make this thing right there. So we will grab the master.hp and remove, just like we did, and we will remove the move damage. All right. So I'm not considering the types yet. That will be added later. I'm not sure how I'm going to implement this fully. But that will, at the moment, I'm gonna ignore it. Like, I'm just gonna consider all damages the same thing. So here, master.hp is inferior to 0. We want to reset it to 0. Right? Then here it's actually gonna be exactly the same. I can just grab this and have it there. It's good. Except this little indentation here. All right. So now that this is created, I will remove the Pokemon attack and the click attack, basically. So do we have the on-texture button pressed? Yes. So this, I will remove it. This I will remove as well. And instead I'm gonna pass. Right, so we have the attack damages removed. And what I'm gonna do with the timer instead is choose a random move, basically. So maybe I will go in my move manager here. And I will create a new method, which is use random move. All right. And what I'm going to do is take this list. So I'm going to make a check. So if chosen moves, right? Why do I? Oh, okay. That's weird. Let's have this chosen move right there. Chosen moves. And it's going to be an array of string. And it's going to be empty at first. And what we're going to do is we want basically chosen moves to be equal to team moves. And here, let's have an underscore there. Underscore there as well. Empty, I add, remove, great. And chosen move equal chosen moves. So from this point, I should be able to access it there. So if the size is greater or equal to 0, I want to return basically. I want to do nothing. If the size is 1, I want to return, well, I don't return actually, I will emit the signal move used. So I will emit the signal move use dot emit, and there we will have chosen moves of 0 because the size is 1. And then I will return, and if none of this happens, I want to generate a row which is going to be an int, which is going to be a roundy range from 0 to chosen moves dot size -1, and I will use the row of the array, basically, like this. Should work. Should work fine. Maybe I will add just a little debug to have a know what move has been used, basically. Like function on move used, and here we have a key string, and every time a move is used, we go through a print, and there we go, move used, and there we have the %s being db attacks dot dictionary dot key as db attack, and we get parentheses and the name. So we will have a little bit of a thing telling us what move is used and when. So we want to connect on move used. All right. So now that this is done, well, just to check this print thing. Whoa. Used vine whip. Okay, that's great. So this works. Now, let's go back to combat. So when the timer times out, what we want to do instead is have manager moves, and we want to choose a random move. Where was it? Use random move? Yeah. Okay. So now, what does it do? It uses vine whip, okay? But it doesn't apply the edges, it looks like. Let's see. Maybe we can add a breakpoint here. Apply the images from move. Yes, when moves used. Well, actually, I think I didn't connect. Probably didn't connect. Yeah. So let's have this ready method. So we want manager moves dot ref dot move used. We want to connect it to on move used. Okay. And actually, there's this thing when the move's used, I actually want to clear the chosen moves right there. So I think I'm going to create a new method for that. Okay. So that's going to be clear chosen moves. Now all we're gonna do is just have, well, chosen moves equal empty, and that's done. What we're gonna do is when the move's used, we clear chosen moves, so that we actually wait for moves to be generated again, so we don't have 10 bind whips being generated like this. So maybe we do damages now. Yeah. Move damage 13. Okay, that's cool. Maybe we can get rid of the breakpoint. Yeah, it's a little bit slower, but we can, yeah, we can click quite fast. Okay, that's cool. But by the way, I changed the damages to add a lot of damages so that we cycle faster through the first Pokemons. But it's not meant to be that high at the moment. Of course, I will have to rebalance all the damages, all the HPs of Pokemons on the route because, well, we are limited to 4 Pokemons in the team. So yeah, that's a big difference, right? So let's see. I wanted to do something. Yes, change the damages. The damages, they are in the damage manager, and right there it's supposed to be 0, I guess. So now I do need to actually regenerate the attacks when it's used. Yep. Where are the move manager? Right there. So when I generate moves, I do clear it, okay. But maybe I'm not sure where I want to generate the moves. Because a lot of things are happening in the combat here. So here the moves used. Maybe we can request new moves after the damages are done. Or we can actually request new moves because there's an automatic request when a Pokemon's defeated and another one is regenerated. So maybe we can request one here with manager moves dot ref dot move requested, and we want to emit this. And there's a thing also, which is when you use this a move is used, which is there, I actually want to reset the timer. I want to reset the timer so that it doesn't randomly apply at weird moments. So I will create this new method. So basically I can now get rid of click attack and Pokemon attack. We don't need those anymore. And right there, 1, 2, 3, we're gonna go with the reset timer. And I actually need to check the documentation of the timer here. Because we have the wait time and the time left. So basically I want time left to be equal to wait time, I think. I think that's gonna be it. I want timer dot, do I have timer? Combat timer? Oh, it's combat timer. Oh my god. So combat timer dot time left. It's going to be equal to combat timer dot wait time. Oh, there's a read in only property. Which one was it? So we have time left. So it's probably this one. Yep. So what we're going to do is instead we're going to stop it and restart it again. Because here we stop, here we start. And we're going to do this. Combat timer dot stop. Combat timer dot start. So this way, this should reset the timer. Let's see. Well, this didn't regenerate an attack. Oh, because I put it in the wrong method, I'm pretty sure. I have to move dot ref dot move request it dot images. And there we should have another vine whip. All right, so let's capture some Pokemons in there. All right, so we can add a PG and a Rattata to the team. Oh, that's interesting. If we have less than 4 attacks, they always come in the same order, which allows some quick, fast clicking. That's interesting. So here we do 5 damage. Okay, 5 damage. Does the Vine Whip do 6? No, still 5. Actually, maybe we can get more. Yeah, 6. Not the 6. Okay. So now we have the attack system functioning. I actually want to add. I wanted to add a new attack for PJ. PJ? Well, anyway. So I wanted to add a new attack. So basically, I will have to find the English name of the attack, and it's this one. I think it's Spec or something. Oh, it doesn't even learn the attack I'm thinking about? Probably it's Sparrow. Maybe this one does. Yeah, that was the attack I was thinking about. That was Spec. Right. And here there's Gust. So let's create Gust because we're on a PJ. So let's create a new attack. Jeez, my phone is just sliding in front of the screen. So where is it? We don't need this one anymore. And we will create a new attack. So right there, we will create number 3. Whoops. Which is going to be Gust. 3. Gust. And that's going to be typed flying. And I will leave the KF to 1.1. Right? Now I have to go in the Pokemon database, find PJ, and right there I will give him the attack number 3. So now we should be able to capture the PJ. And when he's in the team, he will add 2 attacks to the move pool, right? That's cool. That's actually very cool. Oddish has no attack. That's a little bit sad, but that's the way it is. Okay, let me capture this one. And at the moment we have the Rattata in the team. We should have 4 attacks in the team, but why do we only have 2? Okay, that's kind of weird. We have a little bit of debugging in front of us, that's cool. Let's see. It is definitely in the method that generates moves here. It is right there. So if the move size is under 3, we just... Alright, that's cool. Then, if not, we create an array which is moves. Alright? Then we have the chosen moves, which is empty. Alright? So we create a counter. Maybe that's this thing. Maybe this thing is the problem. I'm not so sure about how the syntax of a looping on Godot. Oh, okay. Actually, well, it could work. That's the one I use, basically. Or this one. I use this one. So I should have 1, 2, 3. And there, I'm actually making a row between 0 and size minus 1. Because, yeah. Maybe I can have let's simply have this thing right there so that we can see what happens. A breakpoint. There it is. Right, let us capture a PJ now. We need a PJ. All right. So the size is 4. Okay. So we have 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 3. That's cool. I is going to be 1. All right. Okay. And do we have the row? Row is no because it's not chosen yet. I think I need to go through the next thing. So now the size is different and I should have vine whip chosen. Okay. So the size of the array is 3 and we roll between 1 and it should be 4 minus 2, 1, 2. Actually, it works. But it didn't roll a third time. So is it because I need to have it to 4? Actually, maybe I need to have it to 4 instead. That's okay, but it didn't seem like chosen moves changed. That's concerning. Let's start again by capturing PJ. You know what? I'm just gonna go in the game right there. I'm gonna go with initialize starter and I will just paste this twice. Just need to remind me of the IDs of PJ, which is 16 and 19. All right, Taco goes taco. Okay, and now we're back to vine width. That's weird. I think it's the problem that there's a little problem with the array. Um, where is it? Where's the move manager? Right there. Because arrays not necessarily create new arrays, and instead they take on, yes, right there. Not right there, right there, moves. I actually need to create a new line. Okay, so if you're watching, well, you are watching. Basically what happens, I guess, here, instead of creating a new array, which is going to be moves, which is going to be a copy of team moves, it takes the reference of the team moves. And that's not what we want. We actually want to create a copy. We don't want to take a reference. So we're going to create an empty one. And then we're going to have moves going to be equal to team moves. Let's try with this one. Okay, that will work. Let's have this little thing for move string in team moves. We're gonna have moves dot append move. Okay, can we go with that? Yes, we can go with that. So either we increase the time for an attack, because it's not really easy to read. Well, it's probably going to be easier to read with colors on the buttons. Yeah. I will set the timer to 2 seconds at the moment. And where is it? Yeah, it's actually here. I will have it to 2 seconds, and we can rebalance this anytime we wish, really. So, yeah. The attack system works now. So that is something we can pretty much. Right? Actually, it's quite interesting how 3 attacks takes quite all the space I expect it to take. Right? It doesn't have to be bigger than that. Anyway, so let's just commit this already as the finish the attack system. Then generate attack based on current team. Finish the attack system. Yes, not really finish, but what's going to be finished first version. Yes. So now we actually need to go on the damage manager. We do need to take care of the damage manager. But before that, I'm going to make a drink. I'm going to leave a little note in the middle of the screen, and I will be right back a few minutes. I'm just going to load this, and I will remove the texts. Um, All right, and I will be right back. Yep, so now my hands are super cold because I manipulated ice. Anyway, this being done, I don't need to save this. I actually wanted to make the attack calculation a little bit different. Do I actually wanna calculate with the types already? I don't think so. Yeah. What I'm gonna do, because there will be a balance thing happening, which is that, oh, if I understand how they calculate damage in Pokéclicker correctly, what they do basically is they have the damage of the Pokemon, and then the damages are added twice, once for each type. But if the Pokemon only has one type, it actually adds the damages to the type twice. So I'm not sure if they have a cut it in half and add it to each type, or take the full damage and apply it to each type. Actually, it doesn't really matter because since I'm going to use a team system, it will be necessary to rebalance the entire thing, so it will not be possible to just pick on the numbers from Pokéclicker's game. So I think I will do the multiplied by 2 thing. Okay, so if I want to do I want to do this right now? Let me just check one thing, something. Ba-da-ba-bum. Okay. So we good? Good? Like this. So what I want to do, yes, I think I want to recalculate the damages now. So that is in game and damage manager. Right. So this is where we calculate the damages of each Pokemon. Okay. But what I want to do is have the super Pokemon contribute to 10% of their attack damage. And team Pokemon to contribute at 100%. Maybe I can go with this thing. I removed the warning for unsafe cast because it was just so annoying, and I can see it being any useful really. So yeah, what was I saying? What phasing, to be honest. Alright, so we have the Pokemons there, we have the attack. We have a minimum attack of each Pokemon of 1. Alright. So what we're gonna do there is have the Pokemon attack. And Pokemon attack. Does this? It should exist. I guess it should exist. That's right. So right there, all the Pokemons. Well, I can't put it there because I actually want to. Or I can just have this. new coef parameter. So that right there I have Pokemon attack multiplied by coef. And here I will add this to be 0.1. So we calculate the attack from all Pokemon. And then what we do is for t, which is going to be a string again, in where is the team? It's in game.ref data. .team? Yes, .team. So here we have new keys. And what do we have here? Whoa. We have data Pokemon. Oh, okay. But why? Oh, all right. I think that we update the attack of the Pokemon. So the coef is not going there. Because right there we update the attack of the Pokemon. And then here we add it to this. So here it's going to be multiplied by 0 to 1 right there. And we're going to do the same here, which is bar data Pokemon again. Data capture Pokemon. We're going to be equal to game.red data capture Pokemons. The key now as data capture Pokemon. Yep, I didn't remove this, my bad. And once we have the Pokemon there, it's from the team, so attack is going to be plus equal data Pokemon dot attack multiplied by 0.9. And what I'm going to do is to prepare for future content where basically the attack will be multiplied by 2. I will add it there. Pokemon attack equal multiply 2. Oh, okay, that's weird. And I will add a little comment here, temporary multiplier before type rework. Okay, so now if we start the game, we should have a lot more attack. Right, we have 5. That's more. They actually only contribute to 1 at the moment. Okay, so maybe I can actually capture an Oddish. Wait, it's not that rare. Common. Let's add it to the team. And if I remove Pokemons, oh, well, actually I didn't change the calculation when a Pokemon is removed from the team. But basically, if I trigger the recalculation by capturing someone right now, I should decrease my attack. Yes. So I actually need to trigger the attack calculation when the team is updated. So as you can see, there's a little problem there. For the team, I forgot to put the manager at the start, but I will deal with this a later day. So team manager.ref dot team updated dot connect. So of course, the calculation here, it's absolutely not optimized. I already have a few ideas that which could make it more optimized, but yeah, again, it's not super important yet. At the moment, I prefer to focus on making features, to be honest. So team updated, and we don't need any parameter. We just need a void and to calculate images. Yep. And we want to connect this to on team updated. There we go. So now I should be able to go in there, add some Pokemons to the team, and as I add the Pokemons and remove them, really, we have 5, 8, 5. Okay, now it works. Okay. Well, it's actually a great progress today. I'm pretty satisfied with this at the moment. Let's just save this as first rework of the damage system. All right. So let me check something. And I will see what I do after that. Okay. So it's been an hour. Maybe we did a few things already, and I will make another live tomorrow. And I have a few ideas of what I'm gonna do with it. So what we're gonna do is just leave it there, because we're done with features which work. And what we will do is continue tomorrow around approximately the same time. Right, so thank you for passing by. I've seen a few people coming there. I hope you liked it and that you enjoyed watching the new features of the application so far. And yeah, I will be finding you guys tomorrow for continuing this little progress we're making on the game. So yeah, I'll see you later and you